Hi. Hello, hello. This is a first for us. We don't really know what exactly we're doing, but we do know that we are here to chat about my children's book, Goodnight Sister. It just came out on Tuesday, and I am Katherine Schwarzenegger. This is my sister, Christina Schwarzenegger, and we are here to sign some books, which we probably won't do on camera, but we are going to talk here about sisterhood and answer some of your guys' questions that you had submitted before, which I have on my phone. And we'll get chatting. I think on the side is other Facebook submitted questions. So if those come in, we can also answer those. How is this working? There we go.
We're good.
Okay. Here we are. So Christina and I are 19 months apart, in case that's one of these questions, because it was last time we did a conversation, and I'm the oldest. She's younger than me. And this book, just so you know, this book is based off of our relationship. Christina, me.
Oh, that's the long hair. So cute. I'm just kidding.
And so it's a bedtime story about two sisters, and it's based off the dynamics between us growing up, because when I was younger, Christina was the bold, confident one, and You still are.
Sorry.
She did everything first. And our parents always talk about how, like, when I went to camp, I made you go with me and you were too young, but I still wouldn't do anything. You got your ears pierced first. Like, I leaned on her to do a lot of things first. I was very shy, timid, and reserved as a young child. God. So it's based off of that relationship. And it's a bedtime story. So I know a lot of you are going to be getting the signed book plates. Thank you so much for getting them. Did we belong to Girl Scouts? Yeah, we both did.
Yeah, we did.
I think we only went up to being brownies.
Oh, no, I went through Girl Scouts.
Christina went through Girl Scouts until when?
I think like fourth.
She did.
Or fourth or fifth grade. I can't remember.
What is that, a daisy?
I can't remember now. I know I did brownies, and then I was in
We
Girl
did
Scouts.
brownie and maybe daisies before brownies.
I
Whatever. We did get very into the Girl Scout selling, which, by the way, it's Girl Scout cookie season right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
We've been gone. We both just got home yesterday. Christina was kind enough to come to New York City with me and to watch the girls. We brought both, I brought both of my daughters with us to New York City, and Christina and our mom, watched them during the day. Thank the Lord. And hats off to all of the New York City parents.
Yeah.
Wow. That is a journey. Okay, so I can look at some of these questions that you guys submitted, or we can choose which ones to answer.
I feel like I should prop this up like in the background.
Go ahead. Favorite thing that we like to do as a family?
Oh, goodness.
We have so many things that we like to do as a family.
Ding, there it is. Favorite thing we like to do?
We do a lot together as a family. Let's preface it by saying that. We're very close as a family.
Yeah. I think, not like bonding over food, but I think we always kind of have like family dinners together. I think is something that we all enjoy.
Yeah, mealtime.
Yeah.
Trips.
And watching movies together, shows. Games.
Yeah.
We all love games.
Mm-hmm, we do. We go on trips together. Still, even as we've gotten older, we still travel together. We have a lot of traditions in our family, so we spend holidays together. We do a lot of things that we did growing up, and still try to continue to do them even though we're older. And
we all try to stay like pretty active with each other too, whether it's like going on a walk or a bike ride. I think that we all enjoy also like being outdoors and doing things like that together.
Going on a hike. Yeah, we also all gather at our mom's house majority of the time. We spend sometimes at dad's house and just doing things together as a family. And also, like, sometimes we just show up at the same place and all happen to be there.
Like Patrick's house. Just kidding.
Yeah, like each other's houses. We like to pop by.
Yeah. We're now trying to establish some better boundaries though, instead of being a surprise hello.
That's only for people who are maybe
No,
joining our family.
No, but yeah, I think that generally speaking, we watch a lot of movies together. We play games together, pretty outdoorsy.
Yeah, so we do a lot together. Growing up, what did we like to do as sisters for fun?
Oh my gosh.
Depends what age.
Make believe.
Yeah, we did a lot of make believe.
We played with our dogs a lot.
Yeah. We had dogs growing up that were brothers, so we did a lot with them. And also we did this thing with our stuffed animals when we were younger where we would put them all on the bed.
Yeah. And it would be like Noah's Ark, and I would have to be the one to go overboard and get all the animals. Oh my gosh.
We did a lot of that. We did a ton of outdoor things and also crafts because we weren't allowed to watch TV during the day. We weren't like a big, which I think is super important, especially now because technology is such an easy thing to hand to a kid. Like you guys do that a lot with Lila. Like you take her to the park, you're outdoors with her, crafts.
Yeah.
And that was a really big thing for us growing up. Like we were never allowed to watch TV during the day. We were really like, we did a lot of drawing and coloring and just a lot of things that kept us active and learning that weren't sitting in front of a television.
Yeah, and we also did watch, like, obviously
at night
Disney classics together.
Loved it.
But we also did like horseback riding together.
Activities.
Yeah. Ballet.
Soccer.
Let's just keep going down the list.
Okay, we did a lot of that growing up. What are some of our favorite memories with our parents and siblings from childhood? Are there any traditions we would carry on with our own families?
Some of my favorite memories, I mean, I'll go first with this. Some of my favorite memories, I think, are going to the Cape during the summer. And then also we would go to Sun Valley every year for Christmas just as a family. And kind of spending the holidays together or kind of capping off the end of the summer together with family, I think is really, those are kind of really big memories for me that really stick out. And something I hope to have eventually like one day with kids and just as our family grows, you know, bigger is to have kind of those touchstone markers throughout the year to all come together.
Yeah, for sure. I think that.
Why are you laughing?
I don't know. This is a problem also that I have. No, I think that it would be, those are really special things because also we have a very large family. Yeah. So being able to have those times where as we've gotten older, people are scattered across the country. So being able to have certain things every single year where we can know that we're going to gather, if that's, you know, in the summer in Cape Cod, if that's during the holidays at certain times, that's an important part of our family and also our extended family to be able to have that. And I think that's something that we all hope to try and continue to do as we get older and have our own kids and be able to always circle back to, you know, still seeing and being involved with our extended family. We do have like a big group chat with our extended family that even if we all gathered together, I think we are all super connected. So we feel like we can pick up where we left off, which is really special. And
Sundays too were a big thing growing up.
Yeah, Sundays, because every Sunday we went to church growing up.
Yeah.
And then we were also really big, our parents were really big on family dinner. So like even during the week when we each had activities or a ton of homework, we all had to come downstairs to be at the table together. And Sundays now is when we have other meals together during the week, but we all come home for Sunday family dinner.
Yeah.
So that's also a big tradition that I think will continue to carry on. And I think those memories of just like doing things together, traveling together, we did Easter together all the time. those were great memories.
Yeah.
And yeah, all of those are super special. Let's see. What do we like to do all together as a family? We kind of already answered that.
Yeah.
If we each had a completely free day from all responsibilities, what would we do?
I feel like I would probably I was gonna say I'd probably come over and hang out with you and the girls.
Yeah.
But I mean not but like yeah, I would want to do that and other things, but I feel like that would be
Yeah, I think that yeah, we'd probably all just do something together.
right.
Yeah, if we had like nothing to do, like on weekends, we tend to do things together. I feel like probably the biggest question that I always get asked, also because people are talking about like family being so important, is it seems like everybody is asking or talking to us, and also just me as I'm talking about this subject, about the importance of family and how people asking like how we were raised to be so close to each other.
Right.
And that's something that parents are asking about, and also parents of older kids and also parents of younger kids and just sisters in general, is like, how do you raise your kids to want to hang out with each other, and then with the hopes that as they get older they'll also want to hang out with each other.
Yeah.
So why do you think that we like to hang out with each other?
Well, I think we all have like a very strong sense of values individually that kind of bind us together. I think that we were raised obviously with the importance of family, family loyalty, connecting with family, making an active effort to keep up with connecting with one another. And I think you said this like one time, but it was also like modeled to us growing up between like my mom and her brothers, or my dad with his mom, and our cousin. And it's not that I didn't ever feel like it was an option not to be close, but it kind of, in a way,
Yeah, I feel like it was.
yeah.
Like we were always told that it's like not, I think we were told, and also like we saw that even if you had disagreements or life took you in different cities or places or professions, whatever, or even if you had differences about certain things, that you always came back together as a family. And
So that's a gift too.
Huge gift.
Yeah.
Like for sure a huge gift. And I've talked to so many people who come from challenging family dynamics and situations. So we're very aware that that is a real thing, and that sometimes family just doesn't pan out to be something that works as like a healthy relationship to have. And that people, as they get older, choose their family with their friendships that they make, or relationships that they have, or other families that they feel close to. There are a lot of people, actually, like from the four of us kids and even from our parents, who have kind of become what we would consider like extended family, because
definitely.
they aren't close with their family. So like there are certain holidays that we have people that are automatically at our holiday experiences or holiday events, or just Sunday dinners that can come over whenever, because they have really come into our family as not being close to theirs and wanting to have that close connection with a family and wanting to come around to ours. So we also were raised that we're a very close-knit family, and we have our arms open to people who might not come from that same experience, and always being really welcome. Mom always had and dad always an open door to anybody. And that's something for sure that I think like we want to be able to continue.
Definitely.
As we each like have our own homes or home places, is like be able to always be open, judgment free, and just like welcome people in, because we are definitely aware that it is a gift that we are also close to each other, and also as adults want to spend time with each other.
Right.
It's easy when you're like in the same house when you're younger.
Yeah, of course. But I think once someone moves away, you kind of recognize the amount of effort that you have to obviously put into it. It's like, remember Dad saying to you one time about like friendship, it's like it's a plant that you have to constantly kind of water and nurture, shine light on to help it grow. And so I feel like that's very true with friends, and I find it very true also with family members. And I feel like both of our parents, definitely mom between the two of us, like helped moderate, I think, a lot and really put in a lot of work into, you know, making sure that we all get along, or that if we don't get along, that we're able to listen to one another and find things that we can commonly agree on. And I would say also kind of grow up with, judgment-free attitude towards one another, and with the understanding that we're all on our own path and our own journey, and that, you know, whatever she chooses, I don't have judgment towards, and vice versa.
Yeah. And trying to be like happy and supportive
Yeah.
for one another whenever like we can be, because it's a good thing for her to have happiness and joy, and it's a good thing for me to have happiness and joy, and the same with
It benefits like the whole unit.
totally.
Yeah.
So it's like and it's great for, you know, Patrick and Christopher to be happy, and our parents. So it works out well for everybody to have great things happen to them. So to try to be like supportive with everybody's accomplishments and things that they want to do, and also passions. So supporting each other's passions, especially as we get older, because when you're little, it feels like, you know, you're given activities to do, you're given like everything that's specific assigned to you. And then when you get into real life, all of a sudden you have to navigate that yourself. So being supportive of that with one another.
I feel like our parents did actually, like, when in hindsight, now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, they did so much work and effort to constantly keep bringing us back to one another, because there were definitely points. I mean, it wasn't all, you know, like this from the get-go. It's, you definitely run into issues, you definitely run into arguments along the way. I mean, that's inevitable with anyone. So I mean, I'm super grateful for both of them for putting in all of that work and time into, it was kind of mediating in a sense, but also really understanding one another, bringing us together, and also respecting our own personal boundaries and the time that we needed with coming to a better place with whatever we were going through.
Yeah. They're like, people always asking, did you guys fight when you were younger? Yes, of course we fought when we were younger. So
Bad.
it's not
Okay. Over certain things, for sure. I think most sisters I've spoken to can at least agree on that.
Yeah, every sister, it's not realistic for people to say that if they're sisters or even just siblings in general, they've never
It's not all
argued with each other, or they've never like had a disagreement, or you know, like it happens as siblings regardless. And sisters, you know, you can go at it and then you move on. That's that. Someone asked how we manage or prioritize family time all together when everyone has different or busy schedules.
Well, first of all, we all live in the same city, so that's a huge.
Now we do, yes.
Yeah. That obviously really helps. It's not like we're all, like, I hear a lot of people whose families are just all spread out all over the world. And I mean, we're super grateful to be able to all live now in the same city. But when we didn't, I think it was definitely very structured. Again, just important time when we were together in the same city, but that was a priority to kind of tend to those relationships. But I mean, now that we are, it's
easier.
Yeah, it's easier, but we still obviously carve out time for all of that.
Yeah, Patrick and I never left LA, and Christina and Christopher both ventured out into other locations, because Christina went to Georgetown, so she was in DC, and then she also spent time in New York living there, and Christopher went to Michigan. So you guys came home, of course, for certain things, but you definitely have to make more of an effort when, you know, to talk to people or communicate with people, and that takes some getting used to. And then when you all live in the same place, that's obviously very easy, because you can say like, hey, do you want to go grab coffee? And it's very easy. It's not,
right.
Not everybody has that ability to just be like, hey, do you want to go get lunch? Or do you want to get dinner? Do you want to come over?
Yeah.
Can you watch my kids? I always talk, like I've been talking a lot about the importance as a new mom, the gift of being able to live in close proximity to your family is huge. And our mom always talks about the fact that if she could have changed one thing, it would have been the ability for us to grow up closer in distance to our grandparents, which was
Or have them come out and stay longer.
yeah, like not have them come out
wanna
in and
go.
out. Yeah, because there are 5. I mean, she had 5 kids, our grandma. So like, there's a lot of, and not everybody lived in one place. Like, you know, she needed to go visit
Right.
Anthony, Mom, Bobby, Timmy, Mark. So it was a lot of like, and also have her own life. But being able to live close in proximity to your parents, like your kids' grandparents, and also like their aunts and uncles, or, you know, whoever is a part of your family, like that's such a huge gift. And now that I have my kids, it's like, I mean, it's like the biggest gift ever to be able to have them grow up close to you
Yeah,
guys, to be able to
definitely.
like make memories and, you know, have them be such a big part of their lives. So that's like a very big blessing. But we definitely prioritize family time.
Right.
And that was, you know, as you mentioned, it was instilled in us from the very beginning. And also, we watched our parents be that way. Our mom has 4 brothers, they're all married, and she always made sure to make an effort to talk to all of them, see them, be, you know, aware of what their kids were doing. Like, it's, you know, it definitely takes work, and it's, to me, the best kind of work. Daily disciplines that we incorporate into our lives. Making your bed every morning. That was taught to us from a very early age. I know I still do that. Do you do that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Although I just read an article that apparently it's like, no, I don't, yeah, never mind. But
our dad made us do that.
Lights.
Growing up.
Lights.
Yeah, our dad was definitely, growing up, the more disciplinarian parent.
In certain areas, yeah.
Yeah. Chores.
Yeah, he was very strict about, yeah, just chores. I think that a lot of people obviously.
Respecting our living space and respecting our things was like a big thing for our dad. So we needed to always make our bed, and we, you know, need to clean up after ourselves, clean our
Turn
shoes,
out the lights.
turn out the lights.
Quick showers.
Yeah. Not be wasteful.
Yeah.
Not take things for granted. And he was very clear that he wanted us to understand and be aware of the fact that, you know, that we needed to understand the value of things and not be, you know, spoiled brats, as he always would make sure, like, that it was really important to him to understand, like, you don't leave the lights on because it wastes electricity. Don't be wasteful. You don't waste your food. You don't waste, you know, being able to just do whatever you want. Like, you need to understand that that's not how life works. And that was a good thing that I think he taught us, because a lot of kids that we grew up with did not have that.
Especially in college, yeah.
Yeah. So that was a big thing. I still definitely incorporate the first thing I do every day is definitely like making the bed.
Yeah. I almost get scared if I don't make the bed. I'm like, someone's going to come in here and see it and now I'm in trouble.
And if that
That's
person
for another
happens
time,
to
though.
be our dad, that would be bad. Little drop by. Favorite part of sisterhood?
I would say being able to have, or I mean, because we've definitely put in a lot of work into our relationship, but I think one of the greatest gifts of having a sister, and Katherine is my sister, is that I kind of have a built-in best friend, built-in therapist, built-in confidant, and just really being able to kind of bounce ideas off of, or ask her about her experiences growing up and how she felt about certain things. I think is such a huge gift, especially as you get older and you kind of try to do some, you know, exploration with yourself or on your past, whatever it is. I think just having like a sounding board and someone that I really trust, I am super grateful for, and it's a huge blessing in my life.
I agree completely. I think there's like truly nothing like the relationship you have with your sibling, and especially your sister. I think that being able to, especially as we get older, reflect on so much of our childhood experiences and be able to like go over them, learn from them, talk about them, reminisce on, a variety of different experiences along the way, and just be able to, again, like have that built-in best friends. We were always told that when we were younger. Like,
I was like, there is no way in hell. Because I feel like when we were younger, we were definitely super different. It was kind of like yin and yang.
Let's talk about how we were different.
Okay. But I feel like they're not like so different, but I think that other people had also seen like, oh, they're very, they each have their own things going on and different interests.
We definitely had different interests growing up.
Yeah.
And that was something that mom and dad were really good that they allowed us to have.
They like promoted that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
individuating.
Yeah. Like they're, separate activities, separate friendship groups, sometimes similar friendship groups. And that was, I think, helpful in each of us creating our own identities separate from each other. Because when you're so close in age like we are, and we're also 1 grade apart, you do everything together when you're little. And then there becomes a point where all of a sudden, like, someone wants to wear something completely different than the other one, or someone wants to do a different activity than the other. And you start being able to, be Katherine and Christina as separate people, and not just like having to do everything together all the time. And then we kind of, I feel like, started doing things separate, and now we go back to doing everything.
Yeah, I mean, we both operate obviously in different ways. There's a lot of like strengths that Katherine has that I couldn't, and
same with you.
Yeah, and so I think that, but yeah, I think our interests, especially in the past like few years or whatever, I think have overlapped a lot, and
we're fine with it now. Like, when we were younger, we were like, no, that's my thing.
Yeah. No, I mean, I definitely think, again, we still have our like what makes me excited maybe doesn't make Katherine excited, or vice versa. But and I think as you again get older, you individuate a little bit more. You kind of know yourself better. You know your strengths and weaknesses, and it just kind of naturally your identity becomes a little. Hopefully, your identity becomes a little bit stronger, and you get to know yourself better, so that those things that you do overlap on aren't. Don't kind of shape your idea of your own identity in a sense.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Someone recently asked me what's most similar about us as adults, and what's the biggest difference between us now as adults. Let's answer it. What do you think is like the biggest difference between us? Bedtimes? Wake up times. No, you wake up early now.
No. For her now, by the way, is like, if I was sleeping until 8 back in the day, it was, I was constantly reminded that I was the last person to wake up, and
yeah,
or Christopher probably too. He's a little later than I was, but yeah, I think that the way I don't want to say like our brains operate, because that kind of sounds funky, but I think Katherine's an incredibly organized, advanced planning
type A.
Yeah, but just in a way that I couldn't, as hard as I try, couldn't be. So I would say those are probably our main differences. We found a way to really work with it, though.
Yeah, and Christina is much more like creative. I feel like, especially as you've gotten older, much more creative, and can like envision things much better, and much more like, okay, cool, whatever. Like I'm much more like uptight about certain things. You're much easier, period, with just like, being much more chill about things maybe going differently than I am. I tend to get thrown off by things not going according to plan.
According to schedule.
Yeah, according to an exact schedule. Christina's like, okay, great. Like, that's totally fine. She's definitely more like the relaxed one.
I like to wander from time to time.
So that's definitely, those are big differences for sure. Similarities, I feel like we have, as we've gotten older, similar interests or things that we consider to be fun. Like we both like to do walking things together. We like to go around during the day, baking. We we like to spend time together now, like a lot. And
I think the girls are a huge common shared interest too. Yeah. We spend a lot of time
for sure
picking out clothes for them, researching different baby topics, and
yeah, it's true. There's a lot of that. Christina's also like an incredibly hands-on aunt to both of them. So she spends a huge amount of time and effort and energy making sure that she's a constant and present figure in their lives, which is a huge gift for sure. And again, I'm very aware that that's not something that everybody has. So that's a very big gift. I've definitely also talked to a lot of aunts and uncles who talk about being really close with their nieces and nephews, and like that that's such a big part of people's lives. So I think that that's a huge gift to the parents, is being able to have, you know, aunts and uncles and people in the family who really want to make an effort with your kids is like huge. So we do a lot together with them.
Yeah. We're both interested in like skincare.
Yeah.
Home stuff. We have a lot of different,
we have a lot of similar interests. Yeah, today. No, yeah, for sure. Animals.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
For sure. Christina and I, that's like really honestly how we even were really introduced to like animal rescue.
Yeah.
Because before we did that for the woman in Santa Monica, I hadn't really like, I'd heard of it, but it wasn't like a part of our lives.
Like a lot of exposure to it, yeah.
Yeah. We fostered puppies for a woman in Santa Monica 10 years ago.
Yeah, wow.
10 years ago, we started like fostering. We fostered like 7 puppies for this woman at different times, and we found them.
It was so much fun, by the way. If anyone's thinking about doing it, 100% do it.
The most fun. It's also a great way to see if your family is ready for an animal before committing to an animal, because animals are big responsibilities, and you want to make sure that you're making like the correct decision for your family. And being able to foster animals or foster a animal
or adopt.
But foster first before you choose to adopt. Like being able to like dip your toes in the water, see if like, you know, do you need a small dog, a big dog? Is a cat better? Is a rabbit better? Like figuring out what works for your family before you make the commitment of having an animal being a permanent fixture of your home is a big thing. And being able to do it, there's an endless amount of animals that need foster homes and also need to be rescued. So that's a big passion for both of us, is being able to be a voice for the voiceless.
You tell them.
In the animal world. You tell them.
No, it's true.
That's something that we're
really love animals.
Yeah, love animals, and also love being able to like help animals in any way. I wish we would do more fostering.
I know, me too. I think I may.
Oh gosh, that's gonna go well.
May just have to.
Yeah, I think that's like a big. I feel like honestly, now that I think back at it, that was like one of the first things out of college that like really we did closely together. When you moved back.
Yeah. No, it is true. Yeah.
Yeah, was fostering, because like we both always loved animals growing up, and when I graduated college, I moved back in with our mom, and you were still in DC.
I came back for that 1 year. I think it was during that one
after you graduated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I graduated, and then she graduated and moved back home. So there was a period as like adults where we did all live back at home.
Yeah, I mean not all. Yeah.
Different times.
Yeah.
And that was when we decided, it was like that first Thanksgiving that we were all at home together. Right?
I don't know. I can't really remember.
That we started fostering. And we did it in my mom's garage, which she was so thrilled about.
It was great though. Great experience. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Yeah. I would like to do it right now. I don't know how that would go over, but it would be fun to do actually with kids.
Yeah, definitely.
So check out your local animal shelters for for that because there's an endless amount of them. We really love Leo Rescue, ASPCA, Best Friends Animal Society.
Another thing is also just in terms of animals, not to like go too off the grid here, but I think a huge thing, I did this a lot in high school, was to donate your time to go to an animal shelter and like walk the dogs or just play with them. Huge source of joy if anyone's looking for an extra.
You did that at the Lang
activity.
Foundation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Lang Foundation for anyone who lives in Los Angeles. Those are great ones.
I think ASPCA allows people to do that though too.
Yeah, there are a lot of great and local animal rescue organizations. That's a really
Yes.
fun thing to do even with your sibling, like to do that together, because if you could do
Teamwork.
something, yeah, teamwork makes the dream work. And also it's a fun thing to do if you both like animals, to be able to do that's like not at a home, that's out doing something. You know, if you're trying to get closer or do something that will bring you guys together, doing it around another person or individual like an animal is,
It's common shared interest, I think, too.
yeah,
Be it animals or whatever else that you guys value or find of importance. I think being able to kind of come together and dedicate part of your time to whatever that is, I think it was for us a great bonding opportunity.
for sure.
And there's definitely a lot of other organizations out there that need help. So
Yeah.
it's a great idea for anyone.
Someone recently asked me, which I think is a good question, what our favorite like bedtime stories were growing up.
Oh my goodness, the gumdrop tree. One of
I
my
don't have
favorite. I know. I actually looked it up. It's a little bit harder to find for some reason.
Okay.
Um,
The Gumdrop Tree. We
I'm trying
liked
to
Goodnight
think.
Moon, Runaway Bunny, I'll Love You Forever.
yeah. Oh,
Oh,
my
my
gosh.
gosh.
That one is
Tear jerker.
yeah.
Wow. That one's intense.
I feel like I read the kids' Bible that they had.
Yeah.
You know those ones, or it was like also I think Noah's Ark, and
Yeah. I had a Noah's Ark one.
my grandmother gave us a lot of religious books when we were younger, so that definitely took up.
Yeah,
a
because
good chunk
also
of-
when we went to church with her on Sundays, she would bring a book bag
Yeah,
for us to read books while we were sitting in church to
learn.
probably keep us quiet and learn
Yeah.
at the same time. So
Gosh, I'm trying to think what else. As I got older, definitely when I started reading was Junie B. Jones.
yeah.
It was a game changer for me.
Christina read Junie B. Jones. I read the Zach Files, if anyone's heard of it.
Toad, the Toad books.
Yeah, we read a lot. Our youngest brother, Christopher, was always read Winnie the Pooh
Oh,
books.
Dr. Seuss. All
Dr.
the
Seuss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, all those classics for sure. Okay, favorite quality in each other. We're almost done now. But okay, so someone asked a couple times, what's our favorite quality in each other? I would say my favorite quality of Christina's is her creativity, her thoughtfulness, and her caring spirit, because she's not only caring with her peers or people around her age group, but incredibly caring with children and just people in general and animals. I think especially as you've gotten older, just being so like chill about so much, you know, like not getting like easily flustered or worked up. Like,
Yeah.
wish I could be that way.
Try to get more and more grounded. Are you done? Keep going. Okay. I think first and foremost, when I think of my favorite quality of Katherine, I think your laugh is a huge one. I think that it makes other people laugh and it kind of just brightens the room. And I think also kind of your thoughtfulness and your attention to detail and your attention to keeping everything kind of cohesive and together. And she's always been a planner for me and my siblings, so it's been very important and great A for effort.
The oldest child, so
Yeah, but Catherine's
Our
always
job.
been, I'm pretty like, I've said this a bunch of times, but Catherine's always been kind of like a second mother to me, so super organized and just always kind of like a mother hen, kind of keeping everyone in order. And obviously she's incredibly generous and kind and loving. And she's a fantastic mother.
Thank you. And she's a fantastic auntie. Okay, so I think we are about done. Thank you all so much for watching, and I am excited for you guys to see the book, to read the book, and thank you, Christina, for coming and chatting with me and having a sister combo. There's no one like a sister. You have 5, Bridget.
Wow.
Whoa. Hats off to you. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, this is John Acuff, New York Times best-selling author of 7 books and someone who's done a live signing. If you like the one you just watched, make sure you check out our YouTube channel. It's full of amazing authors having great conversations and signing books for viewers just like you. So make sure you subscribe, and thanks for watching today.